What's up, boys and girls? Happy Saturday. Welcome back to Saturday Garage. This is the BUGG. You guys know the BUGG. We're doing BUGG stuff today. I really want to get this thing moving and driving and out of the current position that it's sitting in, which is, half disassembled. I've got some motor stuff to do. I've got some stuff to redo that I didn't quite do right last time. And I've got a box full of stuff. Now, this box full of stuff is it's going to tell us the order in which we're doing stuff. As things come out, things go on. Things come out, things go on. Things come out, things go on. I like that. It's one less decision for me to make, so here we go. The box. This is called the reality push. You just kind of sway with the camera. Gives a little bit of motion, some intrigue. TV secrets for you. The sway. Yeah, the sway. Cut. Let's see what's in the box, shall we? I need a knifey thing. Let's see what's in the box, shall we? Heater tube. Premature. This one waits. Promotional flyer. That one waits. Oh. Accelerator cable. Love starting easy. Starting easy rules. So for those of you who don't lurk or participate or read the comment section, I recommend you do. Every now and again, you find some really good tips and pointers. You also find a bunch of questionable ones. Whatever, pick for yourself. One of those suggestions was when I put the clutch cable in last time that I should grease the clutch cable. That makes a ton of sense. So I'm going to remove that clutch assembly, which is not a big deal, and I'm going to pull that clutch cable, which is not a big deal, and I'm going to grease that cable, which is not a big deal. It's 5 minutes well spent. Now, as I prepare to get greasy, another tip that was told to me is regarding rubber gloves. One, buy good ones. I didn't buy these at all, so it's the best value around. But the tip was to buy a size larger than you actually would wear. Apparently they tear less. These are not a size larger. These are just the rubber gloves that I got for free from guess where. And I'm going to continue using them until they're gone. But if you need rubber gloves, go try a size larger. These probably won't last long. All right. Let's see. Accelerator cable will go first. I'm going to try to be as not messy as possible with this wonderfully messy moly grease. I also prefer these tubes because they take up less space than the chody jars. Now, before I slide the new accelerator cable in, I've come to realize that I need to break the shtick that I've barely developed of whatever comes out of the box first goes on next, because I need to replace the Bowden tube that's back there before I shove these other cables back through. I also need to replace the boot that the Bowden tube goes into. So I need to go fish through the box. So surprises are over, I guess. I'll close my eyes and see if I can find the Bowden tube. Who cares? It's a dumb shtick anyway. Yep. So roly-poly climbing on a spider web, just like chilling around. And there's a spider coming. Feel like I should be documenting this. Oh, yep, that dude's dead. Oh, poor little guy. It's all over. What the? Wow, he died quick. Impressive. Deadly spiders. Any hoosers. I know, real talk. There is a bushing that I have that goes around this little outlet tube for the clutch cable. It's a pain to get the old one out, and I don't feel like doing it, so I'm not gonna do it. It's not that important to me. If it's important to you, buy the car and fix it. Bowden tube goes in just fine. The accelerator cable tube is already broken, and I didn't order a replacement for it because I don't have a reason why. So I'm gonna do the thing that I would yell at somebody else for doing, which is just put some tape over it. It'll keep the grease inside. That is a lot of tape. It'll probably make for a couple of comments, which I guess is a good thing. Perhaps way more than necessary. But as far as I'm concerned, the only person who can get mad at me for putting tape where it doesn't belong is the guy who buys this car. So if you don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't mind it, go ahead and buy it. This thing should be for sale very soon. Very soon. Definitely way more than necessary. But I'm going to use it all. I would be shocked if one of you bought it. Because I don't care. I don't care. Heat shrink. That would have been way smarter and probably better. Yeah. It's way too late now. Entirely too late. Is this thing even rolling? Sure was. All right, so here's the plan. This is clutch cable. We're gonna do this one first just because. What I'm gonna do is get this thing started dry. And then I'm going to grease probably just from about here back. Most of this will be hanging out of the backside anyway, and I can avoid just a little bit more mess trying to get it started. Okay, now. This is probably too much, but it's what I put on my hand. I'm gonna block you. Sorry. Just pass us through the grease into the tube. It's not a thick layer. It's just a smearing, a schmear, if you will. Oh, there we go. I think I found the Bowden tube. Maybe I shouldn't have installed it all the way. I shouldn't have. Hold on, I'll be right back. Learning by doing. Let's get you in. All right. There we go. Magic. Magic. Woo. Woo. Okay, clutch cable success. Now, let's see if we can repeat success with accelerator. Same status. Just gonna start about here. Not much, just a bit. All right, pedals. Let's do pedals. So for those of you who haven't watched previous BUGG stuffs, it's your clutch pedal assembly. The pedals go this way. This is your clutch pedal. This is the hook that catches that cable. Basically, just need to get that brake spring locked onto that bolt so you can get it started, while getting your clutch cable hooked on. Now that cables roll in, accelerator pedal can finally go back in. Now, typically, I'm the type of dude who's like, oh, it came out. Let me just put it back how it came in. I don't know what somebody had going on here. It looks almost factory, except for like the tack welds and things, and that's broken. This spring clip is sort of the only thing that feels factory. And this rod is not supposed to be as long as it is. So maybe it's from a different ear, maybe it's from something else, I don't know. But this is every piece that came with the accelerator pedal rebuild kit. So I'm going to use those and figure out how to make this correct. So this dude slides under here and is a return spring of sorts. This pin will go through the mount in the floor. Hooray? Hooray. Now this dude, make sure I got this oriented correctly. It pedals this way, so this is the cable side. This dude comes in here, gets a washer, and then also has the cajones to get this spring. See, this has got this little like retainer bar on it that retains onto this clip. And this all seems like not a whole bunch of room to get the spring in there, but maybe that's what it wants. All right, let's try no washer. Okay, well that's not in. I need to lose a whole bunch of that material. Better, but not, yeah. All right, call that good. We're gonna go do that. Yep. All right, where am I at? I've got a pedal, it's got a deal on it, it's got a washer, it's retained with a spring, it's holding. What more could anybody ask for? Retained with a spring, got a washer, it looks great, it's fine. So this goes, washer on here, hooray. Now this spring pin lives here. Right. And this all connects through here. Oh no, I closed that up too much, son of a... Oh, come on. God. I'm about to C-clip this thing and call it a day. Or at least call it lunch. I already had lunch, technically. Cutting up more. Just cutting up more. Take another coil. A whole nother coil? Whatever, do it. Do it. This is such a waste of footage. It's like it doesn't cost anything, but it costs time. Every bit of this footage has to be ingested. It has to be proxied. It has to be scanned through. It has to be deleted. I have to filter through it to find the tiny little pieces that I want to use, the 17 frame chunks that I want to use. Surely there's got to be a better way. I'm sure there is. Somebody tell me what it is. Mother, father, come on, you're so close. Cutting another coil. This is just a useless spring now. Zero tension spring. Where's my washer? Hi again. It's me still. I'm still right here. What do I want to do first here? Does it matter? Yeah, it does. Oh, I just need to get into that. Didn't open that up. Spinning the whole thing. Fantastic. All right, let's make poor decisions. Oh, bad decision. Bad choices. Well, it goes through. So there's that. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting excited. Now we're playing with really slow fire. All right. I'm too big for this car. Washer. Cable. Cable. All right. Okay. So far, it's the best we've done. I'm gonna go drape across this whole ass car. Maybe not. Hold on. Drape this way first. Okay. So we want this pin across here. What the fuck was that? Oh my god! Oh my god! Stupid fucking spring. All right, hold on, I'm climbing in. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna ignore that spring being gone because I'm just gonna do a C-clip, and I'm gonna do that after this. This is not going to beat me today. Maybe I'll quit and it'll beat me tomorrow, but it's not gonna beat me today. This needs to live behind here. I'll lose a finger, but I'm for sure gonna stab one. Mother. I've never laid in rat poop for this long before, so that's pretty cool. Okay, half in. Come on. Come on. Mother! There has got to be an easier way to do this. Okay. Oh, that's dead as hell. This is my new cam. It's called the Misery Cam. Enjoy it. God, this is so stupid. Maybe I just need a better tool than a screwdriver that hasn't worked yet. Come on. Come on. Right. You wanna come to the party? We'll try this. Guess that's not gonna happen either. All right, get me out of here. All right, I'm gonna take a break from the nuisance that is this beetle pedal situation. I'm gonna use this handy dandy pyrometer to see if I can solve these overheating problems on panel truck. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back, watch last week's panel truck episode. It seems to be running hot. I don't think that it actually is. I've got a temp sensor that I think is not doing its job. So I'm gonna do a quick little check and we'll hopefully get something fixed actually today. So this guy right here, I think is living in a steam pocket and is reading way higher on the gauge than the truck is actually running. So I'm going to use pyrometer to see what this hose is doing, and then to see what this sensor is doing, and just sort of check all around to different cooling passages and see if this is some outrageously high outlier. We'll see. And yes, I know I'm not supposed to use Teflon tape because it is a ground, but it doesn't really actually matter because it's reading anyway. have not fixed that yet. Okay, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing about 200, I'm seeing 210 on the gauge. I'm seeing about 190 at the hose. I'm seeing about 190 on this side of the manifold, and I'm seeing about 200 on that side of the manifold. Now the big question is what I'm seeing at this temp sensor, which is 170 right here. Ow, burns. 190. When you get to the base of that bushing, you're looking more at 200. So I think there's a steam pocket in there. I'm gonna let this thing cool down. I'm going to loosen this sensor threads into the bushing just enough so that water starts to come out of it and know that the air has been purged. Tighten that back down, run this test again a little bit later, and hopefully that solves my temperature reading issue. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go back to something hopefully less frustrating on the BUGG. But yes, I will come back at another point and replace that fan blade because that is obnoxious. That's what that is. Okay, I get shade. So this is what I'm gonna do next. We're going to adjust valve lash on the new 1300 that's going in the car. There are many other things that I could do, but all those things are in the sun. Distributor cap has to come off because there's a mark on the rim of the distributor that will indicate cylinder 1. When your rotor is pointing here, you're pointing at cylinder 1. That's important to know. You're gonna need to spin this thing around for a couple of reasons. One is you're gonna want, oh wait, that's the wrong side. I'm gonna start with cylinder 1, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch everybody over to this side. Stand by. Or do I just turn the motor? I'm just gonna turn the motor. Hold on. I'm putting a lot of faith in this tailgate right now. All right, that's better. So, you saw that timing mark. Also over here on this crank, there's this notch here on the pulley, and on the opposite side of that there are timing marks, one of those being your 0 degree. Either way, you're gonna line up that 0 mark with this crack, this split in the crankcase. These Volkswagen cases are 2 pieces, and this split here is basically a reference point for lining up to 0 degrees. Now, the reason you're doing all of that is because in here are your valves, rather your rockers. Your rockers are in here. And this thing is bone dry, that's good. Got new gaskets, don't even need them, but I will use them anyway. All right, this basically is your procedure for pretty much setting any valve lash. On a Volkswagen specifically, of this year specifically, you're looking at a 0.004, it's 4 thousandths. You remember your decimals in grade school? You got your point, your decimal point, and then 3 numbers. It's 1, 2, 3, tens, hundreds, thousandths. So you want 0.004 of a gap between the tip of this rocker arm here and the push rod that it's pushing up against. See, this one is up against it, you don't hear anything. This is a little bit loose, a little bit loose, a little bit loose. You want that little bit of looseness to be the thickness of 1/10 of a millimeter. It's that thick, 0.004. Now later ones you want 0.006. That's just for like factory specs. If you've got a more aggressive cam or something of the sort, or a tighter tolerance cam, that number might be different. Consult with the cam manufacturer. But this effectively goes for any valve lash setting technique, unless it's a hydraulic cam, in which case it's preload, which is another conversation. But that lash just means gap between tip of rocker and valve stem. Okay, where am I starting here? I need to get this thing to top dead center, which requires turning it. That mark we're looking for is back over here. Okay, so that's number 1 cylinder. And, oh, look at that. Split. So with your rotor lined up and your 0 degree mark lined up, split on the crankcase, you should have just a little bit of wiggle. Actually 0 wiggle on that one. Okay, well, you should have a little bit of wiggle on each of these, because effectively, at top dead center of the compression stroke, both of your valves are totally closed. You don't want any air coming in or air going out. That's how you're creating your compression. So the fact that this one, which is the exhaust, is closed, because you can feel that wiggle, that means that the spring is closing the valve. On this intake one, there's no wiggle at all. I'm gonna go back and check this, because that means there's something wrong. It's either it's not actually a top dead center, or this is just really tight and it's hanging the valve open, which is not a good thing. That's just losing all sorts of power. And when you have, I think, 40 to start with, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna run this back one more time, and you can actually watch this time. All right, okay. Mysteries have been solved. Clearly, we are not top dead center of anything over here at number 1. Doesn't matter where this rotor is pointing. You can see that, right? Doesn't matter where this is pointing on that little hash mark. If the hash mark isn't locked down anywhere, if it's not actually in time, it's meaningless. So I'm gonna just spin this until both of these guys are loose, and I'm sorry, yes, till both of these rockers are loose, and this is some semblance of marking something. So I don't know, let's just see. Okay. Okay. Okay, here's all I know, is that that distributor is not correct in any sort of correct position. I've got looseness here, I've got looseness here, and I am at the top of a piston stroke. I'm in there. This mark is lined up on the split. I'm happy enough. I'm setting the valve lash based on that. Forget this distributor mark. This distributor needs to be re-stabbed in there, and that's gonna be a problem for later me. So for now, to continue, finally, this 004 is very loose. Now, it is very common practice, from what I read on the interwebs, Rob and Dave's air-cooled page specifically, that 006 is a common, I think it's a post-1972 measurement, so maybe this is set to 006, which it does feel like it is. That said, I'm gonna go to 004, just because I said that before that, 004 is the prescribed measurement. So all you're gonna wanna do is back this screw. Are you still rolling? Good, back the screw, loosen the nut. And depending on which way you need to adjust, either tighten down your set screw or loosen it. You just want the tiniest amount of drag on your feeler gauge, like that. Good. Then you hold your screw, tighten down your nut, double check things, and then just do it a bunch more times. The other thing to know is this, always do this cold, because your measurements, your tolerances change, whether it's warm or it's cold, and you want to do this cold. So go do that to everything else. Spin this thing around, basically just go find when both of these are loose on any one cylinder, and that's gonna be good enough. Actually feels pretty good. Good, now let's find both of these loose. call that about 90 degrees off of that split mark, and we're at another cylinder. Wow, that is enormous. Look at the size of that gap. That's like screwdriver sized. That's crazy. Good gauge. Good. Let's go to here. And last but not least, now, like I said before, this is basically the exact same procedure for any push rod overhead valve kind of situation. You want some small amount of gap between your rocker arms and your valve stems so that as metal heats up, it doesn't hang your valves open. You want that gap that the metal expansion could take up. So in my first beetle video, I posited this theory that beetles are a great tool to learn on if you're looking to get into cars. And this is like a really good 102 version of that. This is something that you as a beetle owner need to do every few thousand miles that come out of adjustment. So you're gonna need to do this when you're putting a new cam in a small block, or honestly, just giving a tune-up. You're gonna do this a lot. This is a skill to learn, it's a thing to understand, and it just kind of generally teaches you about stuff. So that's just one more Volkswagen can save the kids and teach them about cars point that I had not previously mentioned. All right, done. Let's do this. I was gonna do the clutch, but I haven't pulled it out of the box yet. Apparently that means something. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish those trans mounts that are on the back of the BUGG, because that's now in shade 2. And then I think I should have enough light to purge the temp sensor on the panel truck and see if that changes anything. Actually, we got decent light. We could do something yet today. But that's it. That is setting valve lash. Oh, when you do this, change your gaskets. I think I bought them for 90 cents a piece. It's worth it. Oh, that's a hip. Other box. They're in the other box. I'm not cheating. All right, so when you button this thing up, put some new gaskets on it. Just putting a little tiny smear of grease on here so that they're a little bit less likely to stick, and maybe a little bit more likely to seal. Come on. Come on. All right. Trans mounts. I'll see you over there. Oh, hey, you guys are already here. How cool is that? Didn't expect that one bit. All right. Any hosers. Here's the deal, trans mounts. One needs to go on, one's already in. They all need to get bolted to this trans mount cradle, and then also to transmission. Like I said, one is out, one is in. One that is still in, I couldn't get out last time because my grinder died, which I'm just now remembering. But I'm going to pull this cradle so I can get that off easier and honestly just do this whole thing a little bit more easily. Or am I? Or am I? Let me get a grinder. Grinder and sandals? I don't know. Even I have my limits. That's not one of them, but I have them. Ow! Cripes. All right, maybe it doesn't come off at all. Out. All right. In. That's actually happening way faster than it did last time, so that's cool. There we go. Hi, buddy. Hi, guys. Look who's here. Hi, everybody. Oh, he didn't like that. Did not like that. I don't know if it was my voice or the fall or what. That was Duncan. He's home. All right, that's it. And just so you guys know, I know these boots need to get fixed, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'd rather check on this panel. And I'm just glad that's done. That's like done. Good day. Okay, so I have 2 minutes left on this card, so I'm gonna do this very quickly. In all reality, I also have this card too, so I might just go down to one camera in a second. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move you closer, because you want to see all the action, don't you? Yes, you do. All right, so I'm just gonna purge this until fluid comes out. It's still kind of warm. And then I'm going to close it. And we're gonna call it purged. Well, let me get this off first. Okay, thermostat, by the way, is still reading 110, which is like, I don't know, what is that, like a hot tea? So I'm still gonna be careful because I don't like to burn. Oh boy, I expected more already. What in the world? How is there nothing coming out of here? Oh, you know what? Might need to release this cap. But that's crazy. There's no, what the? Hello, no sense being made. No, SD card's full. All right, we're down to one camera. Got it. That's what I was looking for. Okay, release cap, no flow. Okay, good. I'm gonna clean that up because dogs. Okay, I'm gonna call that a win. I'm gonna start this thing. Woof. Gonna endure the sounds again. And we're gonna watch it not get past 180. We're going 180. We're just going for it. All right, I'm going to reinforcement cameras. Where are we at? $145. Okay, we're approaching 180. And something is gonna happen. Oh, I don't know what it is. But really, this sound is awful. Sorry about the toes. I think we might be happily hovering at 170. happily hovering around 170. I'm gonna keep waiting, but I think I might have cracked some code here. Maybe not all the codes, but a code. All right, stand by. Okay, shy of taking this thing out for a drive right now, which I mean, I realistically could do. Just gonna leave it, put it on brake for a little bit, put it under a little bit of load, see what happens. Oh, wait, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening again. All right, well, I didn't fix it. Okay, well, that doesn't work. Better. Not good, but better. Okay, so tune, definitely need some tunage. My brother has a, what does he have? He's got a thing. It's like a bubble remover situation. I forgot what he called it, but it's a thing that I'm going to make him use here. He can come by, he can hand it to me, I don't care. Steve, what's the bubble thing called? I need it over here. The bubble, debubble fire. This is better but not fixed. Bug is better but not fixed. Bug's better. You know what? I'm gonna defeat that pedal tonight before I let the mosquitoes destroy me, because I don't want to wake up to another nuisance. So I'm gonna finish that. We've got some valve lash done. We got motor mounts in. Didn't get nearly as much done as I wanted to, but I not got done a lot more than I planned to. Oh, come on, that's pretty good. The linings are silver and fuzzy. We're almost there, guys. Holy cripes. Okay. All right. That took like 12 seconds. All right. And with that, I think I'm gonna start working at nights only. So happy Saturday. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Go work on your own beautiful projects. And I'll see you next Saturday night. In the meantime, like, subscribe, share, do all those things that I'm now compelled to tell you to do as a fine purveyor of these YouTube videos. Yeah, did dogs come today? We got a little Dunkin' dog. Maybe here's some more Dunkin' dog for you. I don't know. But really, thank you a lot for coming. I appreciate it. I've been struggling a lot through these. And the views help. The comments help. The tiny dollars rolling in help. So the longer you watch, the better. I appreciate that. Any Hoosers, yeah, come back next week. I'm going to do more stuff. Maybe at night. I don't know. It's cooler. It's so much better. It's so much better when it's cooler. I might go buy a duster motor this week. $1,000 for a 6.4. It's a long block, but still. It's got a lifter tick, but still. $1,000 for a 6.4. It's a forged crank. Yeah, I'm probably going to go do that this week. Okay, I love you. Goodbye. Oh, habits are weird.